So for the 2023 Ski-Doo MXZ 600 RS, we made a lot of significant changes, really, more to the chassis and suspension. Basically trying to refine a few different things. We wanted more traction with the sled for the hole shots, and also wanted the sled to kind of corner a little bit better, stay flatter through the turns, accelerate harder out of the corners. So we changed a lot with the front shocks this year. We actually shortened the overall length, but kept the same travel. And we went up on the spring rate itself, basically kind of lowering that center of gravity, but keeping that stiffer front end, helping in the corners. Coming around to the back of the sled, it's an all-new skid frame that we have in this. It's the R-Motion RS skid frame. We changed some things with the center arm. We raised it up, we shortened it. We went with a longer shock in the center. We changed the rail profile. So the shock actually comes out roughly about 3/4 inch more than what it did on the previous model in 2022. On the rear, we also moved back the rear arm roughly about 25 millimeters. Again, just to kind of change the balance of the sled, the overall handling, cornering characteristics of the sled. And we also changed the motion ratio. That's probably the biggest thing making all these changes really adapted to, was changing the motion ratio of the center and the rear arm. Also adjustment, we have more coupling adjustment in the rear and a new hole shot device. So basically overall, our goal, more traction, better hole shots, faster cornering. So going from the 2022 model to the 2023 600 RS, basically the feedback that we're hearing is it's actually more comfortable to ride. Even though we went stiffer on springs and made some changes that way, it's more comfortable, it's more plush to ride, more predictable. But the biggest thing is less rider fatigue, less rider input. So when they do go to corner the sled, they're not on that fine line of trying to, accelerate but have, the sled corner. They can actually stay on the throttle a little bit harder, a little bit longer, and still keeping the ski pressure, still keeping the skis on the ground. One of the best words I hear is that it's effortless to race, or effortless to ride. So I think it'll translate on the racetrack well, and we can't wait to see other racers try it. Francis Pelletier and Jordan Lebel did a lot of testing with this sled over the last 2 years, so this is basically the final product, and can't wait to see it out there. It's pretty risky to make a change for sure. When we've had the success that we've had over the last 4 years and Elias going after his 5th championship, why make a change? Well, if there's one thing about Ski-Doo is we're always driving to be better. We're always working to be better. We have some of the best engineers that are constantly going back to the drawing table saying, hey, how can I make this better? And I love working for this company. I'm incredibly impressed because when you do see this come out, when you do see it in testing, when you do hear the rider feedback, just when you think you can't make something better, you found something, So that's what makes me really excited about it. And we would not release it if we didn't feel that confidence. And that's why we did take our time. We took over 2 years to really feel confident that, hey, is this a change we want to make? And yes, absolutely, we feel it's the time to introduce it.